Welcome to Tech Tuesday on the Final Boss podcast, where innovation meets attitude, and the future gets decoded one byte at a time. I'm your host, Turbotheceo, and your co-host, Mike Foth. And today we're diving deep into the tech trenches to uncover the tools, trends, and truths shaping tomorrow. Whether you're a code slinger, gadget geek, or just tech curious, this is your weekly power-up. So grab your controller, plug in, and let's level up.
Welcome to the Final Boss podcast. I'm your host, the Final Boss, and he's the co-host, the Sensei, Big Mike. Let's give it up for him. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, we were having some technical difficulties on a Tech Tuesday. The gremlins are real. But we're here, so didn't take too long, and we have a great show for you guys for you tonight. And before we start, per always, and this is actually Mike's favorite part. To everyone around the world, no matter where you're tuning in and watching us from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is the Final Boss podcast. I know you love that.
I love that part.
Oh man, I know. Oh man. Yes, sir. We got a great show for you guys, man. Mike got the coolest background in the world. Nobody on the entire internet is doing not only what he's doing, but what we're doing. Nobody's doing that. We're tackling the topics that nobody's talking about. We're bringing you the information that you need. And it's time to get smart. It is time to get smart. And sir, before we get into it, you know what? I got a couple more admin notes real quick. Give me a second. Thank you everyone for your support, your DMs, your emails. Please keep them coming. You know, it was fascinating yesterday. I received a notification where it was a picture of someone who takes thorough notes of our shows. And man, that warmed my heart in such a way. And it lets me know that the message is getting out there and that it's working. Reach one, teach one. Iron sharpens iron. And that's what we're here to do. So thank you for that. You know who you are. I appreciate you. Tonight's brass tacks is coming from Param. And here it is. Artificial intelligence has the power to unlock unprecedented productivity and innovation across all industries. That's coming from Param Kalan. That's tonight's brass tacks. We got that out the way. Let me go ahead and put this to the side because we are rocking and rolling. Sir, how are you?
I'm living a dream.
Oh man, you always live in the dream.
We had some nice humor rain.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, it's like we call that back in the day a cow peeing on a flat rock. It was coming down hard.
Look, this is going to be a positive show, but listen, you know what? Where's the yellow flag? I got to throw a yellow flag. Oh man, I got to find it. Well, next time. Anyway, tonight's show, the bright side of AI. We're giving you a perspective that's out of what you hear on the norm. We're bringing you a positive narrative on AI, whereas all the other narratives you hear, and we won't get caught up in the echo chamber. You know, we're always talking about echo chambers. We won't get caught up in that echo chamber of negativity, where we're going to bring to you how AI is helping humanity. So, man, let's get right into it. Every neural network narrative screams apocalypse, job displacement, human obsolescence, digital dystopia. But here's the thing. The intellectual insurgency, nobody's talking about. Nobody's talking about how AI isn't just disruption, it's a human amplification architecture tool.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts on that, sir?
Well, tonight we're going to talk about the good AI, right? We
Yes, sir.
we like to bring to the forefront the risks because we talk about that on a regular basis. But again, we leave out the good parts of AI, the things that it can do to help us, the things that are going to be revolutionary. And that's the good AI. And we skip over it because we're like, yeah, that's okay. But we want to let everybody know what's coming down the pipe, right? So tonight we'll talk about that. It's not just an abstract future tech thing. It's already here.
It's
right?
already
It's
here.
already embedded in our daily life.
Yep.
In a lot of cases, it's making some things easier, saving
Absolutely.
lives, saving time, leveling the playing field. So, I mean, it's crazy the amount of good things that are happening that AI is enhancing. And tonight we're going to get a chance to cover some of those so that we have an idea of, hey, it's not all bad.
Right.
It's not all bad.
All right, people. Y'all heard it from the sensei. We're going to take his word for it. Look, he's the SME. He's the subject matter expert. But listen, all jokes aside, man, let's deconstruct the paradigm. What's cognitive leverage multiplier is AI being used every day in applications?
So there's one big segment of our lives that's being affected, and that's healthcare.
Oh,
so
true.
let's look at early diagnosis. So you always hear that the faster you can diagnose something, the better chance you are surviving it. So that's kind of a big deal, right?
Right.
So what's happening is AI systems now are scanning X-rays and MRIs with accuracy rates that rival the best specialists. So it's not that they're smarter than doctors, it's that it can process millions of comparisons in seconds. So that's wild, okay?
Yeah.
Because if somebody looks at an X-ray or an MRI, they might miss that tiny little detail.
True.
So it's like you're giving every doctor in America a second set of eyes. That never gets tired.
Yeah.
So, an example would be, let's say you're back in a rural hospital in a small hometown, Montana, Mississippi, right? They don't have oncologists sitting around waiting.
Right.
But you can take a scan from that small hospital, upload it, run it through AI, set a flag and say, hey, find me potential problems. And it's going to come in and say, hey, look at that spot. We found a spot. It's going to highlight it. It's going to amplify it. It's going to say, look at this spot.
Right.
And that's something that could have easily slipped through the cracks. But because you're using AI, it's like you've got a professional right there at your fingertips. And it's not like you have to pay an oncologist to sit there and wait for you to send him an MRI.
Right.
This single AI can handle images from all over the country, all over the world, because it has that kind of power. So you don't have to pay for your own individual doctor who sits there waiting for you to give him images.
Right.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. That's a huge deal in healthcare. Oh man, that's saving lives. Absolutely. The
Yeah.
time. Yeah. Yep.
Well, let's say you've got a spot on your lung or a spot on your pancreas or a spot on your kidney, whatever the case might be.
Mhm.
The AI is going to be able to look at it and identify it right away.
Absolutely.
So there's another thing you can do. And this is just absolutely revolutionary.
Mhm.
AI, right now, the tools are being trained right now to pick up on early signs of dementia just by analyzing speech patterns.
Ah,
Others
saw
can
that.
listen to a cough
Right.
literally through a microphone, through a phone mic, and tell you whether it's a cold, whether it's asthma, or it's COVID.
Oh,
So you don't need a test.
yeah.
You just go on, boom, deal with it. And you know
Mhm.
right away, what do you got? So you're not replacing the doctors.
Right.
You're enhancing them.
Enhancing and assisting. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you make them better at what they
Yeah.
do because you haven't. It's like a doc has an assistant right next to him all the time,
Mhm.
gathering the information, filtering out all the noise that's not needed, and saying, "Here's what we really need to know."
Right.
Then the doctor who's trained can make the decision. So we're not talking in this session about replacing doctors. We're talking about enhancing doctors.
Mhm.
The doctors still bring the judgment, the compassion, the context. AI just gives them superpowers.
Right.
That's absolutely life-changing.
Absolutely.
And the places that we notice that, think about the number of backlogs that we get at the hospitals where you go to ER and how long does it take to even get seen? Well, what happens if you've got the ability to filter through some of those triages and get folks dealt with
Right.
quicker?
Absolutely.
That's a higher level of care.
It sure is. We're talking about minutes to seconds. That's
then,
time.
Right.
Yeah.
And then think about the cost savings that when you do that, you can actually save money because now instead of your doctor working 14, 16 hours, have you ever been to a dental office where you have the dentist who is one dentist in an office and he's got like 8 assistants and 5, 6 operatories and people
I
are
just
sitting
was
in
at the dentist
every
last
room?
month. Yeah.
Right. And people are in every room and they're full.
Yeah.
And so the assistants get everything prepped. The dentist comes in and does his job. And he is now working at his highest level of efficiency.
Correct.
Because he's able to multiply himself. He's not one doctor in one room and only dealing with one patient at a time. He's got 4 patients going at any given time. And he can go from high efficiency. Imagine you do that with doctors, that you can make them more efficient at what they do. Look,
you see it. You see it. It's happening right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got a client who they're using what's called DAX, and it's AI enhanced transcription. So the doctors used to stay until 7 or 8 o'clock at night doing their notes for the day that all the patients they see throughout the day. Now these doctors are leaving right at 5 o'clock, 10 minutes after they see the last patient. They're gone for the day. You just gave them some of their life back. And the accuracy of the transcriptions mean that the billing is better. The health records are more accurate because they're transcribing the entire conversation during the visit. It's impressive. It's here. It's not like we're talking about something that's coming. It's right in our face right now today.
Yep.
So that's absolutely amazing. Imagine now if you're looking for a cure for cancer, and one of the things that takes a lot of time when you're researching is analyzing all the samples. Now imagine something that can take the samples and look for patterns without ever having to take a break.
Right.
It's just going.
It just keeps going. Yeah.
Just going and going and going and going. It's wild. It's absolutely, it's mind-boggling. Now, so we're gonna see some really beautiful things in healthcare. That's a huge area because we all want to be healthy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sickly and
I believe we all do.
Yeah. Especially the older I get, the more healthy I want to be.
Absolutely. Yep. Man, those are definitely some intriguing uses that we're using AI for. I'm quite sure we can spend all day on the list of things of how it's changing our world at an exponentially super fast rate. I mean, we just hit 5.0. I mean,
yeah.
it's AI is moving so fast. It is moving so. Oh man, it's moving. It's moving at an incredible speed.
We've talked about that in our other shows.
Yeah, we
How
have.
fast it's moving.
It sure is, man. We're not witnessing, and this is for my smarts, my final bosses, and to my motivators. Listen up, guys. We're not witnessing human replacement. All right, stop thinking like that. Get that out your head. What we're witnessing is engineering human transcendence through computational symbiosis, right? And those are just word salads for we're just coming together and it's assisting us and we're assisting it, basically.
Yeah, and it's it's like a mirror. Imagine it's a mirror. You want to do something and it mirrors what you want.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
imagine how you have some great ideas, and it's going to help you. Look at time. Time is the enemy, right? We hear that time is the enemy. So what's AI doing right now? It eats the grind. Think about all the repetitive things you have to do.
Yeah.
You've got to do data entry. You got to do scheduling, invoices, forms, things that you need to do that just takes a lot of effort. Okay. Yeah. You got to create reports if you're at work. I don't care what your job is. A lot of times you have to do reports, especially when you get up into more management. You really have to, spit out what's happening and how can we be more efficient and better.
Exactly.
AI can chew through that redundant data. So I'll give you an example. In real life, okay, you got a small business owner, right? They run their little small business, and every night after work, what do they got to do? They got to do their paperwork. Yeah. You got to do paperwork, right? So you've got to reconcile your bank statements. You've got to do drafting your emails. You got to reconcile your receipts for the day. You now could have something that can help you get that work done. Now you're going to review the final result, but at least it can take the load off of you without you having to hire a bunch of staff. Look, a small business owner has to be efficient in today's world. You can't afford to have too many employees because that'll just break you, right? So you try to run lean and mean. That's just the key. This is how you run efficiently as a small business. Lean and mean.
Lean and mean. Absolutely.
So if you can have a tool that's going to assist you in getting through the paperwork, that's huge. And so you get your time back. So again, instead of you working until midnight every day doing paperwork, you can have an AI assistant help you with your ordering. It can look at your inventory. It can start to take and make stock orders for you, right? To replace all your expendables. I mean, all this can be. Let's say you have a restaurant, right? Imagine all the things that AI can do to make your restaurant run more efficiently. It's absolutely mind-boggling, and you don't have to have a whole slew of staff to do that.
Right.
I mean, that's the difference between surviving and living. You get to have dinner with your family once in a while. That'd be nice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know a lot of business owners are taking advantage of that. Absolutely.
I mean, you're not just getting efficiency. You're getting freedom.
You get a lot of freedom from
people underestimate the value of getting your weekend back.
Yeah.
Right? Getting your time back. Because you have these things in this world. You either have time or you have money. But
but you also get back something that's very important, I believe, is focus. You're able to have more progressive focus because you're not doing the mundane things like you mentioned, those reports and all that paperwork. AI is taking care of it for you. So now you can come up with better strategies on how to conduct business for tomorrow, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 9 months from now, putting together an annual plan. Yeah, absolutely.
There we go. Let's say you're a small business and you want to go ahead and get a small business loan. You have to have a business plan. You have to have all your paperwork straight. You want to expand your business. AI can assist you in getting all of that done.
True.
So all that can be done so that you don't have to worry about it. It's done. I know folks who write grants and are out there getting grants so that they can do nonprofit work. And grants are pretty tough. Well, you can have AI assist you in helping you write your grants. Instead of having a person, that's all they do is write grants for you. You're doing it on your own. Again, It's efficiency.
It is.
It's crazy.
I applied for a few grants and tell you, using AI systems. Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
You get your time back. So let's look at another area that's super crazy. Let's talk about accessibility. So accessibility on your computer is if you can't hear or you can't see, the computer can assist you, right?
Right.
How about you have someone that's blind? AI-powered apps can scan a restaurant menu and read it back instantly. Imagine that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And what about language?
Oh, man.
You've heard about the AI-assisted language, right?
Yeah.
You can just put a deal in your ear and you can hear a conversation in whatever language it was, and it'll translate for you.
And that technology is improving every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day. So, let's say that you want to communicate with your doctor. You have someone who is not real good at English, and they need some help communicating with the doctor. They don't have to have a separate translator come in. They can use their app that can actually communicate. Back in the day, I would have to use a translator app. It wasn't AI powered. It's just a straight translator app. And then I would type something and it would translate it. I'd hand it to the other person and they would read it. They type something and hand it back. And that's how we had to do it. Now it's live, interactive. It's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild.
It is. Oh, man.
And then now let's think about this. How about if you got a kid who's got a learning disability? Now we hear about this all the time.
Right.
So your tutors can move at the child's pace. A classroom model forces everybody into the same box because you have to get everybody through the system. With AI, you don't. You can adapt. You can adapt to it, that child's learning style and what they need and how they learn. And this AI system can actually help with your child's learning disability, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Even if your child's autistic, the AI can figure out a way to reach them.
Absolutely.
And that's the biggest thing when it comes to autistic kids is being able to reach them.
Before it's all over with, we're going to be talking to our pets.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That would be pretty impressive.
That would be impressive.
And don't think that that's not coming.
Oh, I know it's coming. I'm telling you. I know it's coming.
If you want to develop an app, there you are.
Yeah.
Learn because look, animals communicate on a very specific language to each other.
Yeah.
Dogs communicate. They have a whole system they use to communicate. Well, what happens if you now can understand what that language is?
Yeah.
You can have the AI watch on the fly.
On the fly.
And your dog's telling you what it needs and what it wants. And it's coming.
Yep. I believe that.
So
Mike, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
We've talked about the medical uses, we've talked about how it's assisting in businesses. What about the mom and pop shops? How can AI improve the little guys?
That's what I was telling you. So let's say that you've got a mom and pop store. Okay. It's a little grocery store. And you see those all over the place, mom and pop running them.
Yep.
Well, AI is going to do all that paperwork for you, right? It can go through and you can scan your inventory.
Right.
And I'm not talking individual scanning each one. You can go through. Look, you ever been to the airport? And when you go to, they got the little kiosks now that you can scan your items and it already knows what you're buying.
Yeah.
The moment you touch it, it knows what you're buying.
Yep.
Right. What about the AI assisted when you've been to Sam's Club?
I haven't been to Sam's Club in a while.
All right, you go to Sam's Club. When you're walking out, you go through this archway. And as you're going through the archway, the system scans your cart and already knows, yep, they don't have to check your receipt. You're already good to go. They already got you. They already know. You're good.
Yeah.
I got you. It already knows. Yeah. So mom and pops are great because if I can go through and not have to pull an inventory, I know what is selling.
Yeah.
And I don't have to do a manual report. I can be smart about it and go, hey, you're selling a lot of these. You should stock more of them. There's your profit. You see, you're making more profit because you're not stocking your store of things that you have to throw away because they go bad.
Yeah. It's like these smart appliances and refrigerators.
Absolutely. They tell you when things are going best. Hey, time to eat those potatoes.
And it's ordering it for you.
Order it for you.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But then what's that do for you? It's giving you back your time.
It gives you back time. Absolutely.
I don't care who you are. You can't tell me that time isn't an issue.
No.
And
time
what do you
is
want?
A commodity we cannot afford to lose.
And what do you want to use that time for? So now we talk about, okay, we're going to give you some time back. Okay. So let's say we give you some time back out of your life. Well, what can you do with that? Now we talked about, when we talk about AGI, and I was negative about it, but then I says, wait a minute. If it gives me the buffer that I need to be able to learn a new skill or start a new business or be an entrepreneur. Look, you know, the rich people in the world are not employees. The rich people in the world are entrepreneurs. That's who makes the money in the world. People who do new things. So if you have some time that you can do that and you leverage AI to get you the time back and also help with creativity. Okay. People think that AI is killing creativity. The tools are not killing creativity.
Let me say this right now. And I wish my mom would call in. And as a testament, the other day, I kid you not, I was using AI on 2 different platforms. I was multitasking, completing 5 different tasks at the same time. And she says, what are you doing? You know, because I'm talking to her and she's watching me. I said, Mom, I'm multitasking. She said, how many things are you working on? I said, Mom, I'm working on about 5 things at the same time. She said, boy, your brain is crazy. I'm like, no, Mom, AI is assisting me. But yes, my brain is crazy, but AI is assisting me with these tasks. And she was amazed. She was like, wow.
Yeah.
I said, yeah.
It's pretty wild. Think about this. Think about a kid who has no access to instruments. Okay. Now they can sit down with a laptop and create a symphony. They can learn music and have AI assist in them learning. Yeah. Okay. You can have AI help you understand and learn music, help you create. Okay. An artist who can't paint with brushes, AI can help them create their vision that's in their mind. Wow. So do you remember Photoshop, right?
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said that because I'm going to bring up a point. Yeah, yes, Photoshop. I remember it.
All right. Photoshop changed photography forever. Okay. GarageBand. You ever heard of that one?
Yeah, I remember GarageBand.
For music, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same pattern you're seeing that a new software comes in. You say, well, it's going to destroy photography. No, it didn't. It made it better. Photoshop made photography better.
Yeah.
So treat AI in the same breath. It's going to make it better.
Yeah. You know, we've actually had this conversation. Well, the conversation is very similar. And I would say that conversation was like a preliminary to this conversation. We were talking about technology, and I think it was last week. And we were talking about the how people transition from horses to cars and how that must have been. Or
they were so scared that if they went over 60 miles an hour, they would die.
They
thought they would die.
Yeah. Yep. They were scared. So, man, but you just brought up a point. You were saying something about the mind, and that reminded me, I was reading an article the other day where they're creating devices right now with the assistance of AI to be able to read your dreams. And your dreams will play back to you like a movie with this device.
It's pretty wild.
That's, man, sci-fi is now.
It's now.
Sci-fi is now.
I just watched one that blew my mind.
What's
You
that?
know how we're always worried about how harmful pesticides are and that they're spraying chemicals on all the food?
Yeah.
Well, they do that to, for example, to keep the weeds down. Okay.
Okay.
I just watched one where this device that's being created can drive through a field, AI enhanced, looks at the image, sees the good plant versus the weed, and laser zaps the weed when it's just barely starting to grow. So
Wow.
when are you going to kill a weed? Before it gets too big, right?
Right.
So if I can identify a weed as soon as it starts to sprout and zap it, I just killed the weeds.
Yeah.
So now I can have, without any chemicals at all,
Without any chemicals. Man, that's awesome.
my harvest can be weed free,
Yeah.
which makes the crops better, stronger. You see where I'm going with that, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And what occurs is the device can just drive over the field, go down the row,
Right.
zap all the bad weeds. Now you've got a clean, healthy crop
Absolutely.
with no chemicals,
With no chemicals.
because we're always worried about what the chemicals do to us.
Yeah, we always are. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
absolutely, again, life-changing.
Absolutely.
Imagine now you go to the store and you're going to buy some green beans, and you want to buy some green beans, and what's it tell you in there on the package? Not that it can say pesticide or herbicide free.
Right.
No chemicals are used during the growth of this product. Not even organic. Organic is overused. That word is overrated. But imagine now we say that we're not using any chemicals at all.
Yeah.
And yet it's a healthy, clean, good product.
You know, that's another point you just brought. Hey, Mike just mentioned we're talking about tech and developing apps. Here's something. Develop AI that can clean the ocean. It identify the plastics in the ocean. Man, I'm telling you, whoever does that,
that's a life changer. Because where's the biggest amount of pollution we have in the world? It's the ocean.
In the ocean.
Where does our oxygen come from?
The ocean.
The majority of the oxygen that we get as human beings that live on this planet comes from the ocean. It's not trees. Sorry. People get all hung up on the Amazon rainforest. No, that's just a drop in the bucket. It's not that. It's the oceans.
It's the ocean.
And the biggest problem we have with our oceans nowadays is the pollution. Imagine you can go through and you can identify and clean out microplastics.
Oh, man. Whew. That right there would be a hell of a business.
Yep.
Hell of a business.
Well, and that's world changing is what that is.
Yeah, that's world changing.
You know, if you're worried about ecology and all these things, you need to pay attention to the ocean. That's where you need to put your thoughts.
Yeah.
That's the environment right now that needs our help as a human species. That's where we need there's two things we need.
We need to focus. We need to focus on cleaning the oceans. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And not just that, there's the other one, honeybees.
Oh, yeah.
People do not understand. Without honeybees, we die.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yep.
So let's get practical and talk about everyday good, right? So we talk about these things that might not touch me directly. All right. How about navigation apps that are going to predict the traffic jam before it even happens? It says this is going to happen. Your phone, your camera, you take pictures. How about if your night photos now look extremely professional because the AI was able to make it better? Here's a good one.
You got too much technology going on over there, Mike.
I've got a Drobo device transferring.
I know what
6 terabytes at the same time that I'm running a USB hub, and so once in a while it says, "Hey, you're doing too much," and then I got to reset the microphone.
You reset it. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool because I had to use the primary connection for the other device, so I'm on a secondary connection now, so I get kicked off once in a while.
Okay.
So, what about spam filters? How about AI enhanced spam filters? We all don't like spam, right?
Yeah.
How about
We hate
AI?
it. I hate it. Oh man.
What's going to happen now if your inbox suddenly doesn't have any spam at all?
Yeah.
Because AI is smart enough, you can use an AI enhanced tool to keep your mailbox clean.
Correct.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. What about the other one here? How about if we talked about smart thermostats, about how we use our electricity? And I want my house to quietly learn my patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So my house is going to stay comfortable.
Right.
And certain smart homes, when you walk in a room, you've been in office buildings, when you walk in a room, it turns the lights on. When you leave, it shuts the lights off. So those are things that are, can be enhanced. Mm-hmm. Then what happens, you start taking all that data and that input from all that information, and AI can analyze it to create the system that's needed. It can enhance the systems out there to predict your energy usage and make it so it's less expensive for you. So that's cool. It's invisible. It's not flashy, but it works. How about if you say, I'm going to use AI and I need to go to the store and I need to buy some groceries. You can tell AI, I want to create a meal. Mm-hmm. This feeds this many people and mm-hmm. this is my budget. It can go through and create the full list and have it all picked out for you at the store, all ready to go, of all the ingredients you need with the recipe and everything you need, and can do the entire thing beginning to end and get you fully prepped so you can have a cheap meal. Let's say you want to do meal prep for the week. Anybody we do meal prep, right? You have one day of the week that you're going to do a bunch of cooking and you're going to make a bunch of meals for the week.
Yep.
Well, why don't you use AI to enhance that, to give you not the same old stale ideas that you've been having, that you meal prep the same meal for the mm-hmm. last month. Have AI help you come up with something a little more creative. So you're now having efficient meals that are good for you, and it's actually helping you to be better at what you do. Because like I said,
and you know what? And here's the thing with that. You become more efficient, and those meals are made with precision.
Yes.
Precision.
You're making with precision, and mm-hmm. you now have your healthy, inexpensive, because see, healthy and inexpensive don't usually go hand in hand.
Right.
So you got the three things. You got nutritious, healthy, or mm-hmm. nutritious, tastes good, and cheap. Those three don't go together. You usually get one of those or two of those, but you don't usually get three. So you can leverage AI tools to assist you in getting all three.
Absolutely.
That just made your life better.
Absolutely.
That just made your life better.
It sure did, man. Let me ask you. When you're sitting down with family, and look, listen, final bosses, smarts, motivators, you guys should have these. You should be having these conversations with your family. You should be having these conversations at the kitchen table, at the dinner, at dinner, when you're all together, and have a discussion on AI and see how it can improve your lives, or see where it's already affecting your life. What are your thoughts about that, Mike? Those conversations at the kitchen table.
I always think that it's good to talk about what's coming, because mm-hmm. if you have knowledge and you can share your knowledge, and then someone else has a different perspective, that's going to make you more well-rounded. So those conversations are absolutely critical, because it's changing so fast. You can sit at the dinner table and say, hey, I just saw this one clip that talked about, and they talk about a part of AI, and you go, oh, and I saw one over here. So now what happens? Now you have two different perspectives. You're sharing your knowledge amongst each other. So you're bringing everybody in your group up. You're lifting everyone up. So they're all now have a common basis, and then they're not being left behind, because look, it's AI as a mirror. Okay, this is what it is. It's a mirror. If you feed it greed and exploitation, that's what you're going to get.
That's what you're going to get in return.
If you feed it compassion, mm-hmm. fairness, problem solving, that's what gets amplified.
Truth.
So it's not that AI is going to swoop in and save us,
mm-hmm.
but it's going to give us a chance to scale to the best of humanity.
And speaking of scaling, shout out to Molly. Molly just dropped a message on us. She said she used it for healthy baking substitutions for ingredients. Shout out to Molly. Man, good for you, man. That's using it wisely.
Absolutely. Use it wisely. Use it to do things to make your life better. God, it's amazing. It's a tool that, like I said, we talk about the gloom and doom side of it.
Yep.
Only because I believe that we need to not be in the wild, wild west. I believe we need to be responsible with this amazing tool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we talk about the other side of it, so that we can say, hey, look, be aware. If somebody's going to run wild with it, this is what happens. But on the good side of it, let's not leave that behind.
Absolutely.
Let's say that there is hope for humanity.
Yeah.
Look, for example, you talk about major changes in our world. If you're out in a rural area that used to never have internet, now they have internet available to them. They now have access to technology that was never available before.
Mm-hmm.
You can use AI right now and go in your garden. Right now, go in your garden with your phone and look at your plants, and it'll tell you, oh, this is what's wrong with your plant. You need to feed it, or you need to water it this much, or you need to give it this nutrient because your plant's telling me that it needs whatever. And you say, well, I got these bugs. Take a picture of it.
Yep.
It'll say, oh, for that kind of bug or that kind of pest, do this.
Yeah.
And it'll give you a recipe to create your own home version of a healthy pesticide.
Absolutely. And and speaking of being outdoors, for all my people who love to go out on trails and go hiking, make sure you have your phone with you. You can take pictures of, like Mike said, plants. It'll let you know if that's poison ivy. You see a snake, you take a picture of it. It'll let you know what kind of snake it is. Spiders,
I don't recommend taking pictures of bears, though. I don't recommend.
Yeah, no.
Because by the time that you get that picture of the bear and upload it, you're gonna be dinner.
Yeah,
you're gonna have a dinner guest
out there with the bears.
You're gonna be the guest. That's right. You're gonna be the guest for dinner. And it ain't a good dinner.
No, I gotta throw a flag. Flag on a plate. Bear dinners.
Yeah. You don't want to be bear dinner.
No, you don't want to be bear dinners. But if you out there with the bears, you need to at least have some tools on you.
Yeah, you need to have a couple of hole punchers with you. You know those paper punchers that we punch holes in paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need something like that. But you want to have something that does. You can't use a tiny hole puncher. You got to have a big hole puncher.
A big hole puncher, right?
Yeah. Because that's how you create confetti. Just saying. Just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's all.
All right. Oh man, we've talked about healthcare. We've talked about small business. We've talked about large business. We've talked about,
farming. We talked about farming.
Yeah, we talked about farming. What about budgeting?
Oh, absolutely. Let's say that here's the deal. This is really cool. So let's say that you say, hey, look, debt is always a problem, right? So let's say I've got all this debt. So what you do is you take all of your information regarding what you have, who you owe, how much interest you pay on everything, and you take all that detail and upload it and say, hey, AI, can you create me with this is how much money I make? And it'll help you create your budget, and it'll tell you how you can pay off your debt the quickest. It's amazing. And it'll lay it out, and it'll give it to you in timelines. It can give it to you in a check boxes. You say, I did this, and check it off. There is nothing more satisfying than paying something off. I'm telling you. If you pay something off, that's a great feeling.
Yeah, that's the best feeling in the world.
Absolutely best feeling in the world, because you see the fruits of your labor is what it is.
Yes, sir.
So you can use AI to enhance that. Why not? And if you're thinking about that, you decide, hey, I want to make a specific purchase of something. I need a new dishwasher. Okay?
Right.
All right. Well, you can go out there and don't just go to Google, because Google's going to give advertising. That's the problem. And even the comparisons of the reviews, the problem is now those are advertising too. So you can go to a review site, and it's going to guide you a certain direction because that's what it's going to do. So you can go ahead and leverage AI and say, hey, AI, this is what I need to do. Give me the pros and the cons and break it down for me and help me decide my best choice. It's amazing. And if you buy one, you say, okay, this is the model I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Ask AI, what's the average lifespan for this model? You see where I'm going with that, right?
Absolutely.
AI can help you make decisions because it's going to go out and do all that legwork for you. Look, if you want to make dinner reservations, how many times there's this restaurant you want to go to and you always know I got to make reservations for this restaurant. How much of a pain is it to make reservations?
Oh man.
So an AI assistant is going to be able to find out what restaurant do you want to go to.
Right.
And it can coordinate all of that and make the reservation for you and make sure that you are good to go. And that they are going to have on the menu that day the special that you wanted.
Right.
So you get to have the best experience.
The best experience.
And you didn't have to spend an hour or 2 hours doing it. Imagine you're going to travel. You want to make travel plans. And you need to say, I want to go to the Grand Canyon, for example. All right. Well, I'm going to ask AI, what's the best way for me? This is how I want to get there. This is what I want to do. How do I get there? And what do I do? I don't need a travel guide.
Yeah. Having it create a whole itinerary for you.
Absolutely. Because Google can't do that for you. Because Google is advertisements.
Right. Right.
Doing a web search can't do that for you. How many times have you tried to find something? You have to go through 3 or 4 pages of stuff to find what you're looking for. And even then you don't get it. It's an amazing, an enhanced search engine because now it knows how to go find what you're looking for. And now with Chat 5, it can go out there and really dig deep. They can go out there and dig deep.
Wow. I'm glad you mentioned that. I got something for you. Suppose I want to go off grid, right?
Oh.
And in my planning of going off grid, I'm putting everything together. And I have the home. How can AI assist me in that process?
All right, I'll give you something really cool. I've done this. I've done this.
Oh,
I went through. I went down that hole, and it was amazing.
Okay.
I said, in this area, this is where I want to be. If I have water, and my water's at this depth, how much solar power and batteries am I going to need for a standard? And I give it the square footage with the refrigerator, air conditioner, dishwasher. I give it all the parameters of all the stuff that I want. I want to have a standard house of this size, this number of bedrooms. What do I need? And it lays out the amperage draws. The detail that it does will blow your mind because it thinks of everything.
Wow.
And it goes, oh, and don't forget, you're going to need to have this kind of circuit breaker, or this is the kind of, cutoff switch you're going to need. So that when you go from generator to solar power, and here's what size of generator you need to cover yourself during the times when you don't have enough battery power. I mean, it just goes right down to the detail and lays out checklists.
That's correct. That's incredible.
I used it extensively when I was building Molly's she shed.
Oh,
I
that's
use
a lovely she shed. Man,
I use it.
Wait, hold on. Not to cut you off. Listen. That's an award-winning she shed.
It's an amazing she shed.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So what I did was I used AI to develop the plans for it, tell me exactly what materials I was going to need, how many sheets, how much to include waste. And I told it, this is the dimensions. This is the number of windows that I have. There's the number of doors that I have. And it told me everything. It laid it out in absolute insane detail and gave me the dimensions which would work for without having to, how when you're building, you sometimes have to cut, and you got a lot of waste. Minimum waste. So it didn't waste a lot of material because it knew in this dimension size, you don't need to waste a lot of material. It was absolutely mind-boggling how well it did in materials checklist and then design.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty spot on.
Yes, pretty amazing.
So, you can do that and you say, hey, I have a plan. I want to do a root cellar, or I want to do a greenhouse, or and this is where I live. This is the part, and this is how much space I have. What are my options? What are the kinds? I don't know enough about this. What are the types that I could potentially build? And it'll come out and get and lay out the pros and cons of every single one for your environment. And that's an assistant. I'm sorry. That's crazy. Can't Google
that's crazy.
that.
You know what? I got an idea, a joint project that I want you and I to work on with AI. We're going to build time travel.
I'll tell you though, if we could do time travel, I will say, man. Here's the deal though. If you ever watched The Butterfly Effect,
oh yeah,
I don't want to mess with that.
Yeah,
I'm here for a reason. If they said you got time travel available to you right now, I'd be like, no, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah,
I'll do all kinds of stuff, but time travel. I'm going to create a multiverse and alternative timelines. I'm going to start breaking things.
Right.
You don't even realize, you stepped on a butterfly and you changed the entire humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, this, man, makes you question like this Mandela effect stuff, man. That's
a psychological operation. That's all that is.
Yeah.
It's a psyop. If I can make you question one reality, you question all reality. That's all that is.
I watched a video the other night, speaking of technology, where people, and I went down that I've been down that rabbit hole a few times, but now they're showing that if you have old technology, and I don't know how true it is, don't quote me, but they're using old technology, and the old technology or old cell phone dated before 2008, that it would show the changes of what we don't see right now. And you know what I was blown away by? Do you remember it was one of Tom Cruise's first movies? What movies was that? The dance, well, I guess he was dancing in it and in the beginning. You know what I'm talking about. What movie was that? Somebody in the chat help me out, man. Tom Cruise, he had shades on, and
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the one where he slide across the floor.
Yes, that one. Yes.
Yeah. What was that one?
Anyway. Oh, we could be looking it up on the phone. What are you doing?
I already did it.
Oh,
risky business. Look at that. I said, here's what I did. I said, Tom Cruise, early movie, sunglasses and dancing.
Yeah.
And he goes, you're thinking of Risky Business, 1983, one of Tom Cruise's breakout roles. He's home alone, slides across the living floor, white dress shirt, socks, and Ray-Bans.
So somebody posted that now that is part of the Mandela effect, because I remember him with glasses on, shades. They said he has no shades. And they showed a video of him not having shades. I was like, wait a minute, I got to do some research. I need to go find this out for myself, but I haven't had a chance to check it out. But yeah.
Oh, he goes, yes. Risky Business is one of those movies wrapped up in the Mandela effect debates. Here's the breakdown.
Oh, no way. No, stop.
Most people swear they remember Tom Cruise sliding in, white dress shirt, socks, underwear, black sunglasses, and lip sync.
Black sunglasses.
And to wear old time rock and roll. Listen to this. They say in the actual movie scene, he's wearing no sunglasses, just the white button down socks and underwear. The Ray-Ban Wayfarers appear in other scenes, but not in the dance moment.
That's incredible. That's wild. Because I remember him with sunglasses on in that scene particularly. Oh man. Okay. All right. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
But
Look, you know what? Did we ever talk about the Mandela effect? I feel like we did.
Yeah, we did. I think
maybe
we talked about
one.
that it was a psychological operation.
Right. We did that in season 1. You're right.
Yeah. You're challenging realities.
Yeah. So, man, basically AI is like a large microphone of information and assistance, and it's not gatekeeping.
I mean, don't get me wrong. What happens is, think about this. Since AI and things like chat and these large language models, what they do is they gather information that's out there. So if there's a whole lot of trash out there, it's going to take that into effect and weigh it heavily. But what you can do is you can create filters, and you can tell it, hey, I understand that the propensity is 80% that way, 20% this way. Let's try and make it more balanced, and it will actually try to make your responses more balanced. But you have to tell it to. It will reflect your desires, and it will tell you, give you the output more aligned with what you're really looking for, rather than just a microphone for everybody else, right? So, yeah, like there's 100 news stations, and they all play the same news story from angle number 1.
Great example.
And you want to look at angle number 2. Yeah. There's only one news station that played angle number 2. Well, angle number 2 to me is just as important as angle number 1.
True.
But you can tell chat, hey, I need to be balanced, and I need to be 50% right down the middle, as close as you can be to that, and it'll guide, or at least attempt to get you where you want to be. It's a reflection, and it's a great tool because it's a reflection.
Absolutely. All right, Sensei. Listen. Sensei, this is for you, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it because time is gone, man. Time is gone. Look what happens when we're having a good time. Time is gone. The world can be a rough place, especially right now. How does AI give us hope when things go sideways?
If you know that you're on the beach and you know a tsunami is coming, okay? If you know that it's coming, you might not be able to totally escape it, but at least you can prepare enough that you're not going to be totally wiped out, right?
Right.
At least early warning system. You're going to create, it's like an early warning system. If I know that there's going to be flash floods in my area, all right, do I go out and start driving around the street when there's flash floods happening, or do I kind of hunker down and wait for that stuff to go by?
You definitely hunkering her down.
All right. Well, you see all these videos, these people out there driving in this stuff, or out there taking and doing risky behaviors because they could have avoided it by just waiting a half an hour, or wait till the next day. So use it as a predictive model to help you to see what's coming so that you can at least not be caught off guard. I don't care what the scenario is. I'd rather know something's going to happen. At least I can maybe, at least if nothing else, brace for the air. Look, there's a tornado coming. Okay, what do I do?
Right.
Now, at least I have an idea versus no idea. And I'm standing outside and go, oh, Dorothy,
Yeah.
There's no place like home. I don't need to have a Dorothy moment.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, use it to help you navigate through life's challenges. And man, as they said in one of my favorite cartoons when I was growing up on G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle.
It is. Absolutely. Totally agree with that. That is such a great phrase. Knowing is half the battle.
Knowing is half the battle. I love that.
Because if I know, I can prepare. If I can prepare, then I'm ready. And I'd rather be ready than not be ready.
Right.
I'd rather not be caught going, oh boy. Look, if I can predict, and even using AI, let's say that we know that orange is not necessarily orange, but let's just say that we have almost anything that you purchase in the store. And we know, peanut butter is going to be a problem this next year because there was a big blight of peanuts in Georgia, whatever, and they lost a huge crop or whatever.
Right.
I already know ahead of time before it even hits the marketplace. And what am I going to do? I'm going to go and get the peanut butter I need to have so that I'm covered for a while, right?
Correct.
Now, farmers would always have a year's worth of food on supply at any given time. But we don't tend to do that as much. But if you know that something's going to become scarce and you know about it in advance, wouldn't you go out and, get a little bit of it? I would.
Definitely. Most definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Mike, the Sensei. You have anything you'd like to close out with?
Like any other tool, use it, you get good with it. Don't use it, it's going to hurt you.
Absolutely.
Look, you don't just go out and drive a car. You learn how to drive the car. Learn the rules of the road. Learn how to be safe. Learn how to take care of your vehicle. Treat AI just like that. It's just another tool, but you need to learn how to use that tool. And it will be a good tool for you.
That's it. To my smarts, to my final bosses, to my motivators. That is tonight's show. And let this information marinate in your spine. Let it marinate in your spine. And to everyone around the world who's tuning in, who have been joining us since day one, we appreciate you. Thank you. Keep the comments coming. And that's our show for tonight. And as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is The Final Boss, and this is The Final Boss Podcast, Tech Tuesday. And we will see you again next Tuesday. Tonight's episode was number 107, The Bright Side of AI. And I think we delivered that message fairly well.
Not bad.
Not bad. I think it was actually exceptional. Yeah. We even mentioned bear food. Y'all have a great week. It's been a great time. And we will see you again next Tuesday. Make sure you tune in on this Thursday for a special guest episode, 9 p.m. live right here on the Final Boss Podcast. See you then.